Hey, how's it going, Aries? This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your weekly reading that will cover up until, say, the 1st or 2nd of April. Happy birthday to all of you Aries out there. Wonderful, wonderful people. I love Aries season. My beloved mother is an Aries. Actually, in most of her tropical chart, literally. Like, definitely Sun, Moon, Rising. I want to say Venus. A lot. Throw Jupiter in there too. I have to relook at her chart, but I'm telling you, it's not only fire everywhere, but it's Aries energy. And I'll tell you what, I couldn't have been raised by a better person, better mother, and a better sign, you know? What I'm gonna do is pull stories for two major types of Aries here. We have a top row and a bottom row. One card each from each deck. So that was the Tarot of the Moors. Now we're going to pull from the Tarot of the Orisha. Well, we had a popper, so we're going to take it. And it came out upright, so okay. Three poppers. So, I'm going to take that. Another popper. Almost. So it's like the other cards are just like, okay, we're going to give you the story, but it's Tarot of the Moors that wants to keep the secrets, I guess. But yeah, this is, of course, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Cross watchers, you're welcome. Very, very welcome to watch this video and join in with us. Just know that I will be reading from the perspective of the Aries. There we are. Jesus. All right. I had to get a clarifier for that. So, let's see what I got from my first group of Aries here. For my first group, Y'all. Okay. It's just interesting, the synonymities within this, within some parts. But, anywho. Okay, so for the first set of Arieses, secrets have been revealed during the past few weeks. Things have come to light. And things have come to light that for a period many of you didn't want to see or acknowledge. Things that you ignored. You were acting on blind faith. That things would work out. And I'm getting like work out in the sense of you fully getting away. Okay? So it's almost like what you chose to ignore was due to not caring anymore. It's just like, I don't give a fuck. This is what I'm trying to rid myself of. But as you felt that there was still something pulling you back towards an energy or a certain person, like your ex, your past lover, you realize it was to get clarity that, you were telling yourself you didn't fucking need, like you were over it. So some of you were thrusted into a situation where you had to revisit to gain clarity. Whether that was to actually visit this person or to have some form of contact, or internally, because we do have the moon here, internally revisit for clarity. Meaning that through meditation or through whatever method of going within, you allowed yourself to accept the things that you already knew. So that could be secrets coming out as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be something being presented to you, but you manifesting the acceptance of what you already do know. That's deep. And that was like, I was trying to put it together because that's a pretty deep fucking message right there. After you put these things to rest, I feel like it was things just relating to more heartbreak. Because you've got Justice Quadi, the moon with the Ten of Swords. And that's why you didn't want to deal with it. But the Tarot of the Orisha brings you Ku, and it shows that you clearly fared very well in the revisitation to, complete that cycle and to gain that clarity. Ooh. Yeah, many of you anticipated, though, that it was going to feel shitty. Many of you felt that it would impede your happiness to have to face thoughts of this person or the sight of this person one more time. But that wasn't really the case. That wasn't really the case. I feel like your batteries were more charged than you realized to be able to handle it. And it's actually made you stronger and brought you to a solid level of independence. At the same time, this top row, I am seeing just, as it stands right now, you are happily single and doing what it's going to take for you to actualize at 100% and then attract the partner that you seek. And you're totally okay with that. Like, many of you are totally fine within your independence. Like, this is your new norm. like the norm we got away from, because it's always been there. Many of you may be feeling a strong connection with animals and getting in touch with spirit animals, I'm sensing as well, and just putting your consciousness towards, like your energy towards other life forms outside of potential love forms, if that makes any sense. And yeah, hey doggy, we're really expanding that way. Now, for others of you, yes, bitch. Okay. From the Tarot of the Moors, we kick off with the Lovers. Tarot of the Risha, we go to the Eight of Air, Shango Oshun. Gypsy Oracle, the Young Woman. And Goddess Guidance, we have Fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So, one of the interesting things that I noted first between the two is that though these outcomes are a little bit different from where people are in their lives, justice is still being served. Ultimately here, with Justice Kadi, and then here as well. Now, it is a thing to note that some of you Aries may have Libra in your chart. I could see it being in your Jupiter, in your Mars, in your Venus, and for a few of you, your Ascendant Libra with a Sun in Aries. So take that as it resonates. Now to get on to this second group, now that we've shown that comparison, and I read marriage for many of y'all. So for those of you who have hit that point, or for those of you who are heading towards that point with the lover that you have, or the person that you're coming to meet, you are no longer feeling trapped. Like there's a true sense of freedom felt with this person, and that's where justice is coming in for you, is a high sense of liberation. You're not feeling trapped anymore, but you've taken action to get there, to bring about the balance. Balance is noted in the cards of Shango and Oshun very heavily, although actions to get there, or what gets you there, is different. So not only have you fought hard to free yourself from confinements that only you could, and that ultimately, you as we do, have placed ourselves in. And you built a construct and broke it down to show how strong you are. And it allowed you to, when you broke it down, move on and move freely. Instead of like those who may get incarcerated and go through that, and then they come out and they try to deconstruct their mind, but maybe it doesn't work out in the way that they want. So they're, one behavior or one leading to another leads them back to that place, Like you've imprisoned yourself, brought yourself out, and have actively moved forward from that moment. Okay? Taking all the actions that were necessary and balancing your emotions and healing your heart chakra, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, removing fears, loving yourself, and then also not giving up on love, not giving up the fight, all that fiery, tenacious Aries energy is what I'm reading here with Shango. So it allowed new birth for you. as it comes in to the young woman stepping into her new opportunities. With the geysers behind her, they represent life and fertility. So, I mean, though this situation is being handled in a fair and just manner, that sense from the card, it also tells me that some of you may need to have no fear and have no worry, and understand, like, truly that this is meant to be. Like, you know how, like, you know how hard you work for something, or just how hard you work in general, and then when something comes to you, there's a slight feeling that it may be too good to be true. Well, this isn't one of those times to even think about that, because it's been written in stone. I feel like this is something, I'm getting ancient times. I'm getting that this is a person that you're coming back to, that you've been with ages over. Okay? But to strengthen you as it comes to being together every time was to learn those lessons apart and conquer those lessons, move through and move past, to the point that when you come back to this person, it's stronger than ever. Okay? And I think we get so fixated sometimes on, the whole idea of continuity, like, to continuously be with another soul, like for this life, and then when you die, like you do it again in the next life. Like, come on, that'd be a little boring, and I don't even find quite realistic. So we get to enjoy IMO, these, and from what I'm sensing, what I'm gathering from the spirits, so a little bit more than IMO. What I'm sensing is you finally coming back to a person through going, through certain tests to gain lessons and insight on even deepening what it is to miss someone throughout lives, what it is to appreciate them, what it is to have strength without them, and forge on, and just do better and do better and do better, until that point where you come around again. Like two wavelengths that at some point, eventually meet up at whatever that point is. That terminology's failing me, but you know what I'm talking about. Like the wavelengths go through, and then there's a certain point where each time they meet is like symbolic of y'all getting a chance to be together again. And when the waves go apart, I think it's interesting to note how they expand when they go apart, to show the expansion that's gained. And when you come back together, it's perfect. I guess it's like starting from either side of an infinity symbol and traveling through and meeting and boom and boom and boom. Like, maybe this is an understanding that you're beginning to have already. Advice. We've got the Fall of Granada and the Princess of Cups. This person sees you as their future. You're shattering convention for them. And you're balancing their yin and yang energies. And if it's one thing they want you to know, is that they don't plan to lose you. And crazily enough, with that, I get that being relative to this bottom sect that has new love coming in, but also applying to this top sect, meaning that those of you who are in your independence and new love will come to you in future tense, future times. Your ex-lover will not continue, it will not leave the fight for you. So that's going to be something that you have to deal with as well. Eight of Discs. Yeah, this person is definitely wanting to wish you back, wishing upon that star. And there's much potential in them changing, but I'm going to tell you, I don't see you being in the headspace for it, to receive it at all. Not balanced enough for you. But just know this person will try. Continue moving forward for that first half, continue moving forward for that second half, and I'm really glad to see that justice is being served in both ways for inner and outer love. Enjoy your weekly, Aries. I love you. Out.